Well, we start with this Fox News alert. It is primary night, and polls just closed in Vermont, South Carolina, and Connecticut. Now, out in South Carolina, we are awaiting the results of the late Lindsey Graham seat. His sister, Darlene, is among those running for his Senate seat in the Republican primary, and we should have those results any moment. We will keep you updated. Minnesota polls, meanwhile, are closing soon, and they are voting for someone to replace Tim Walz. Senator Amy Klobuchar is vying for the spot. Voters are also picking a new senator. Among them, Walz's Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. She hails from the progressive flank of the party, and her administration is facing fire for letting Somali fraudsters run loose. But she's just brushing it off.
Republicans are dying to run against you because they believe you have a unique vulnerability on fraud. Your response?
I mean, my response to that is that Republicans are running against every Democrat in this race, on that issue.
Then there's Wisconsin. All eyes on the polls closing at 9 p.m. Will one of the furthest left candidates in the country prevail? Franchesca, a card-carrying socialist, has previously called for abolishing the Senate, defunding the police, and abolishing ICE too. And she imagined, quote, a perfect world without prisons. Hong will soon know her fate. A recent poll has her leading opponents by over 20%. Look at that. Hong's feeling good. She cast her own ballot this morning, and the former line cook thinks her policies will carry her over the finish line.
Do you feel like your policies are the future of the Democratic Party?
I think our policies are ones that are the solutions to deliver for working class people, permanent affordability, so we don't come back to moments like these.
Her current policies: guaranteed paid leave from the state, raising Wisconsin's minimum wage from $7.25 to $20 an hour, and increasing taxes along with it. But her first order of business.
If you were to become governor, what would be the first thing you would want to do?
We want to make sure that we're calling in a special session for the legislation on the moratorium on data centers.
She's already taking a victory lap, and the polls are not even closed yet. And she wants anyone, and I mean anyone, to join her.
Who would you hope to campaign with in the general election if you are victorious tonight in the primary?
I'm more than willing to campaign with leaders in the Democratic Party who see the future for the party is bright here in Wisconsin. They say as goes Wisconsin, as goes the country. I think we'll see a lot of folks interested in what our voters have to say.
But it's slim pickings for Hong. The DSA's biggest victors were deployed out of Michigan for El Sayed, but they're nowhere to be seen for Hong. Even the ringleaders are not rushing out. She's dreaming up a future with them anyway.
Why do you think AOC and Senator Bernie Sanders have not endorsed you?
I have so much respect for the senator and the congresswoman, and they are working tirelessly to make sure that we can flip Congress and the Senate and get Democrats wins in the midterms. I look forward to conversations with them about that too. So a gubernatorial race is different from federal elections. And I think that we are focused on making sure to reach every single voter that we can up until those polls closed. And that's what we're focusing on right now.
AOC and Bernie are hanging her out to dry. Hong's camp reportedly, according to Politico, reached out to Bernie multiple times. He never gave her the endorsement. His people said that her messaging isn't as sharp as her opponent, so she's a socialist, just not a polished one. So endorsing her would be a risk. Bernie already got burned by Plattner. He's not going down that road 2 times. One Democrat operative says she doesn't have the Mamdani effect, the ability to laugh off or sell her own policies. The whole party's worried she will smoke their chances in November. The Wall Street Journal put it plainly, quote, establishment Democrats are concerned that Hong could cost the party a winnable governorship in a key state. Republicans spent millions to boost her among Democratic voters, hoping to make her the party's nominee because they believe she would be easier to beat in November. The GOP has seen this movie before. Graham Plattner had a Nazi tattoo, multiple credible accusations of physical violence and sexual assault. And you have Daria Liza Chevalier, who posted that she forgot napkins, so she wiped her hands on the American flag. Malak Kairos refused to call a firebomb attack on a group of Jews anti-Semitic. And don't forget, Hong hates the holidays, especially Thanksgiving, because it's a, quote, colonizer holiday. She said she'd cancel it, but now she wants more turkey on the table.
I've cooked many great Thanksgiving dinners, and I'm not going to cancel Thanksgiving.
Meanwhile, Pelosi is welcoming everyone to the table.
It's a big tent. I've always said I'd rather not be in charge of a party that is lockstep this way. No, we have our diversity of opinion. We represent different districts in the country.
Democrats want to break bread with the Socialists, welcoming them in with open arms, all for the sake of power. But when they are forced to account for their policies, they wither.
Somebody making $100,000 a year, how much of every dollar should they be able to keep?
I think that the tax rate on most middle-class Americans and
Oliver,
Sean,
give me a number.
It's not that easy.
How much out of every dollar should they be able to keep?
On cable news, but
$100,000. No, $100,000.
I don't think that we should be.
How much of every dollar should they be able to keep? It's a simple question. How much are you willing to let the government take? How much? Give us a number.
Come on, Oliver, give us a number. The Socialists talk a big game, but talk does not win the season.
The incentives to become nationally known and get attention, I feel like, point towards language that is bolder, more ambitious, geared towards conflict. I feel like we have a lot of center-left candidates who may be electorally viable, but are not very good at getting attention. And then we have a lot of progressive candidates who are very good at getting attention and may not be electorally viable in swing states.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.